house does not lure. It waits. It stands with the patience of something that has watched countless arrivals before yours. Its door opens only when it has already decided you will step inside. Crossing the threshold is not an action, it is an acceptance. Quiet, irreversible, the moment you enter. The structure seals behind you with no audible lock, as if the house prefers you not notice. The moment you stop being free, the air shifts, settling around you like a second skin. The house studies your posture, your breathing, your hesitation, absorbing every detail with deliberate interest, even before you sense anything wrong. It begins rearranging its internal layout, adjusting itself to your presence. It is not trapping you, it is choosing which version of you it intends to keep. The hallway measures your stride. Each step recalibrates the distance ahead, adjusting itself with quiet, deliberate intent. The house shortens the corridor to match the version of you it prefers. The one that hesitates, the one that slows, the one that listens. You will not notice the shrinking until the ceiling lowers, pressing the air closer to your skin. The lights dim by a fraction, not enough to alarm you, just enough to guide your pace. The structure is not malfunctioning, it is refining its selection, narrowing the path until your movements align with its design. You are being shaped to fit its interior logic, molded by the architecture that studies you with every step. The house generates rooms based on your reactions. This one did not exist until you looked for an exit. It forms a chamber that reflects your uncertainty. Blank, handleless, directionless. A space shaped from the moment your doubts surfaced. The air feels unfinished, as if the room is still deciding what it wants to be. The house does not punish curiosity. It simply redirects it, folding your intentions into its architecture. Every new room is a test of compatibility, a quiet assessment of how you respond when confronted with nothing. Every wall is a question you are answering without speaking, revealing more than you realize with each breath you take. The mirror does not show you. It shows the version the house is considering. A quieter you, a slower you, a more compliant you. The reflection moves before you do, demonstrating the house's preference with unsettling confidence. Its gestures are smoother, its posture more obedient, as if rehearsed long before you arrive. If the reflection aligns with your real movements, the house is undecided, still weighing the possibilities you carry. But if it does not, if the image shifts independently, choosing its own timing, the house has already chosen. The mirror is simply informing you of the decision. The staircase repeats your ascent. Every step is mirrored by a second version of you walking slightly behind, its rhythm just a fraction out of sync. The house compares both, studying the subtle differences with clinical patience. It watches which version hesitates, which version accelerates, which version breathes differently when the air thins. The staircase is not infinite. It is diagnostic, a moving instrument designed to measure who you are under pressure. When the house finishes its comparison, the second set of footsteps will stop, leaving only yours, and the version it has decided to keep. The kitchen rearranges itself to test your adaptability. Cabinets shift by inches, drawers trade places, objects objects migrate across the counters with quiet, deliberate intent. The house observes how quickly you notice the changes, how your eyes track the movement, how your hands hesitate before reaching for something that is no longer where you left it. It shifts objects to measure your pattern recognition, watching the moment confusion flickers across your face. Every relocation is a question. Are you the version that adjusts, or the version that resists? The house prefers the one that adapts without complaint, the one who accepts the rearrangement as natural, because that is the version it can shape most easily. The window does not reveal the world. It reveals the absence of alternatives. The glass shows only what the house permits. An empty horizon, a muted sky, a landscape stripped of direction. The house removes external reference points to prevent conflict, erasing anything that might remind you of choice. Escape is not denied, it is simply not relevant, dissolved into a view that leads nowhere. The structure isolates you from anything that might contradict its selection, narrowing your reality until the only perspective left is the one it provides. In this room, even the outside belongs to the house. The house loops your path to test your persistence. It wants to know if you continue forward, even when forward is removed. Watching how your determination shifts when progress becomes repetition. The door leads backward because the house is reconsidering you, folding the hallway into itself like a controlled reset. It is evaluating whether you are the version worth keeping, the one who pushes through confusion rather than retreating from it. If you turn around, the house will generate a new path, reshaping itself to study your change in direction. If you continue, it will shorten the loop, narrowing the distance until your persistence becomes measurable. The bedroom is not a place to rest. It is a monitoring chamber, designed to hold you still long enough for the house to study what you do when nothing is required of you. The house observes your stillness, your micro-movements, your involuntary reactions, the twitch of a finger, the shift of your eyes, the way you're breathing changes when you realize the room is too quiet. It records how long you remain silent, how long you tolerate the sensation of being watched without knowing where the watcher is. It measures your tolerance for scrutiny, for confinement, for the subtle pressure of expectation. The house is narrowing its selection, deciding whether the version sitting in this room is the one it intends to keep. The closet contains fragments of your past, versions of events you remember differently, moments that never happened, but feel familiar. The house reconstructs your history to determine compatibility, pulling from the edges of your memory like a curator, assembling a profile. It presents objects from alternate versions of you. A photograph with faces you almost recognize. A letter written in handwriting that resembles yours but isn't. Belongings that feel both personal and foreign. The ones you react to most strongly are the ones it keeps, cataloging your emotional responses with clinical precision. The house is finalizing its choice, shaping its decision from the pieces of you it finds most useful. The basement divides into two paths. Both lead deeper, neither leads out. The air thickens as the house waits, watching which direction you lean toward before you even take a step. It is not testing courage, it is testing predictability. your instinct, your pattern, the quiet logic behind your choices. The version of you that chooses the left corridor is not the same as the one who chooses the right. Each path reflects a different temperament, a different future, a different use. The house will keep only one, and the moment you commit, the unused corridor will dissolve, erased as if it never existed. The final room is not a trap. It is confirmation. The house has selected this version of you, the one who entered, adapted, persisted, and complied. The air feels still, as if the structure is holding its breath. Around you, the walls settle into place with a quiet certainty, shaping themselves to your outline. The structure seals itself not to imprison you, but to preserve you, enclosing you like a memory it refuses to release. You are now part of its architecture, woven into its corridors, its logic, its design. The house keeps what it understands, and it understands you completely.